Infield defense can't be busy anytime you got a guy on the mound with a good splitter if it's working well. And if he's keeping it down, tough ball to get into the air. There's the splitter. You can see it just kind of fall away from left-hand hitter.
From Centennial, Colorado, outside Denver. Orioles drafted him out of LSU. He has walked 22 batters in 55 innings to go along with 57 strikeouts. Deadline deal last season from the Orioles. '96, 3-1. .347 batting average for Brian Reynolds, leading major league rookies. One for 4 last night. With a line out, was also hit by a pitch. 24-year-old who was born in Baltimore and grew up outside of Nashville, Brian Reynolds. Hard hit, but right there is the shortstop Swanson. It'll bring up Starling Marte, and it will get us to our Rivers Casino tips to win.
Well, Greg, the first one, support Joe talking about the defense. Kind of was a little shaky last night. 3 errors. Don't want any more of that. Catch the ball, makes a good plays back there, and of course Bell is back. You see him standing there on deck circle. Offense did a decent job without him in the lineup, but it's always much better with his presence. Hopefully tonight he can do some damage.
Look out, Joey Cora. Saw Reynolds give Josh Bell a quick scouting report, what he just saw at the plate. Marte was 2 for 5 at the plate last night. Also lined out, scored a couple of early runs. Pirates had the lead, and that evaporated in the later innings.
See there, Marte swinging the hot bat lately.
Chases it.
That is a great split finger pitch. Works as an excellent changeup, plus it has that nice late movement as it falls. Oh, 97. Wow. Both pitchers are a little on the strong side.
You mentioned that Gausman worked just the 1 inning his last start against the Washington Nationals, so he's well rested. There's Brian Snitker, manager of the year last season. It's been a week since Gausman pitched. That 1 inning, 42 pitches. And toward left center field, that will get down and get past Riley. So Starling Marte doubles in back-to-back games.
It certainly is hot right now. Looked like for a moment that ball might be cut off. It just hit too hard. No, I've never really thought, at least in my experience, that splitter is a good pitch right-hander on right-hander, because it's kind of breaking right down to the head of the bat for, you know, that down and in pitch. It's really an easy ball for guys to get to. It seems to me you got to keep that pitch away from the right-handers for it to be effective. But that was an example. Down and in, drop the head of the bat to the ball, boom, double up the gap.
Well, Josh Bell is back. And taps this toward the right side. Albies. And the Pirates strand a man at second. 1 inning, 0-0.
Baseball on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by First Energy. The future of energy is getting brighter. See how at firstenergycorp.com. And by the law firm of Bordas & Bordas. Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice. Let's go Bucks!
Joe Musgrove facing Josh Donaldson, leading off the second. Tuno. Jacob Stallings caught last night late in the ball game in a double switch. Started on Sunday. I'm talking with Joe Musgrove between innings, and there's a base hit and more into left center, into the notch. So Donaldson will take a double to start the second.
I think that was a case of what we were talking about earlier, Greg, that when Joe's been throwing balls that are in a poor hittable spot, and that one you can see was about belt high, he's been getting hurt on them for extra bases, and that's an example right there. Belt high slider goes for a double.
14 doubles for Donaldson, and the Braves in business here with a leadoff double. Nick Markakis. Markakis and Ozzie Albies, the only Braves without at least a hit. That includes the pitcher, last night's starter, Max Fried.
Markakis looking to pull the ball here, and Joe's trying to prevent it through that first fastball off the plate away. Does not want to throw him something he can pull fair anyway to that side. This time the ball goes way upstairs as he tries to go outside corner again with the fastball. I mean, you can throw stuff that's soft in these situations, but you kind of want that to be maybe in off the plate. So if it does get pulled, if the hitter is trying to move the runner over, he's thinking about being quick. He'll probably pull him foul. And 3 in a row out there.
Appearance number 13 on the year. He began the season with the off days out of the bullpen initially, and this is his 12th start. Lefties, by the way, are hitting .315 against Musgrove this season. Right-handed batters only .177. Couple strikes now on Markakis after falling behind 2-0. It's a D-even.
You can definitely see his plan is to stay hard away. Don't let him pull it. So far, so good.
Hard hit toward Marte. And Donaldson is taking off for third, and he'll make it.
Another ball right down the middle, Greg. That one hit over 103 miles an hour. But that really is what's going on, I think, with Joe this month. Is when he goes into the middle of the plate, they're not missing him. That one was right down the middle, center square.
See that exit velocity. And now the infield in. 3 infielders on the left side, that odd defense. Here's Austin Riley, this sensational rookie. And he will make it 1-0.
Well, you can just see where are the pitches that are getting hit hard. They're right down the middle. When he's staying out on the edges, nobody's hit anything. Watch your location. It's supposed to be fastball in. Nope, fastball right down the middle.
Austin Riley with 26 RBIs now. It's incredible what he has done since playing his first game in the big leagues. This is game number 19.
He's got like 25 home runs or something like that when you add his minor league home runs to his big league total. I mean, he's having some kind of year with the power.
18 career games coming in. Brian McCann with 1 out and a run in. And that'll be out of play. Since RBIs became an official statistic in 1920, second fastest player to 26 RBIs by games in Major League history. Mandy Brooks in 1925, the only player to 26 ribbies quicker than Austin Riley. And toward left, Reynolds, a long run. He will get there. Brian McCann is retired for the second out. Ozzie Albies on a humid night, as you can see here. After a 2-hour and 4-minute delay, even though the game time temperature is 70 degrees, Musgrove working up a good sweat here. Albies 1 for 4, a walk, drove in a run last night. Another ball hit toward Reynolds. And Brian Reynolds, a fine grab.
And good handoff.
Yeah. Excellent play by Brian Reynolds. And yeah, a real nice handoff. One nothing. There's Terrell Edmonds taking in a game. Steelers safety. Hanging out despite that, again, 2-hour delay at the start. And Jacob Stallings again, as he did last half inning. Some thoughts for Joe Musgrove.
Like they were talking about mechanics.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Austin Riley driving in a run. And
the thing I love about this play is watch the way Reynolds reacts when he gets, as he pops up out of the slide, he pops up into just a casual walk.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're sliding, we're making this great catch, and now
just routine.
Just kind of walk along here. And
okay, no big deal.
give this young lady of baseball and young girl and run on in. Like he was shagging for BP or something. It was his time to hit.
I love everything that guy does. Colin Moran, Gregory Polanco, Elias Diaz here in the second.
Collins' numbers looking good. Batting average in a good spot.
345 over his last 16 games. Didn't mean to, but ends up fouling it off, so now he's in the hole 0-2.
He started the bat thinking he had one of those splitters left up high. That's what every hitter wants to do on a pitcher like Gausman, is to try and get that splitter up in the strike zone. And if it starts where that fastball was right there, then that's going to be a good pitch to hit. But both of them fastballs.
Well, tomorrow, the finale of this homestand, we invite you to spend your lunch with the Bucks. 12:35, final game of the series against the Braves. Buy a $20 outfield box ticket and get $10 in food and beverage credit. For more information on lunch with the Bucks, go to pirates.com/lunch.
Greg.
A Greg Polanco fan.
I think that's for you, Greg.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
His buddy was supposed to hold up the Ori.
Oh, is that what happened?
Gregory Polanco with an 8-game hitting streak going against the Braves. Make that 9 straight games against Atlanta. Batting in the 6th spot of the batting order for the first time.
Yeah, maybe it isn't for you. Very happy with the Gregory home
Well, maybe
run.
he liked the way I called that. How do you know?
You know, I needed that guy in the radio booth last year, holding that sign for me.
Oh, yeah, as you were doing the reading of the lineups.
Yeah. Where was he then?
Bob just had an issue with the lineups as he read them one game last year. It was a long season, and
and
he just saw the name Polanco and
freaked out.
Didn't register.
Everybody thought I had a seizure.
I was not in the booth. I would have pointed at myself.
That would have been a good one, yeah.
Had I been there, I'd have helped. Elias Diaz, 293 hitter.
I'd have said something like, quit making me laugh.
Yeah, probably. There goes Polanco on the move. And Polanco easily steals his first base of the season.
I don't think McCann's thrown anybody out this year. We'll probably be running against him all night if we got an opportunity.
Yeah, it's been a tough go for Brian McCann defensively over the last few seasons. Well, the first steal of the year for Gregory Polanco. And McCann does have issues. And now Elias Diaz trying to tie this game.
Tried to take a lead with that rip.
Gossman's given up 5 home runs. And again, this is his 12th start.
Diaz, once he got hot, really just kind of took things over, getting all the playing time now. Cervelli on the shelf.
And no timetable. Todd Tomczyk spoke to members of the media today and said he's still going through the concussion protocol. And the training staff Brian Housen, Jim Malone, Otis Fitzgerald. 2-2 the count.
Been a busy crew this year.
Now it's full. Adam Frazier on deck. Still 3-2. Elias Diaz last night was 2 for 4 before being lifted in the double switch. There's a happy Pirate Clemente fan. And that's for you. Diaz has started 15 of the last 20 games.
See more and more of that nowadays, Greg. I really like it too. People that get the ball, they look for somebody to give it to.
That's cool. Really cool.
I like it a lot. Kindness.
Make it a habit. 100% kindness. To left and deep. Riley back and clear the deck. Cannonball coming. Elias Diaz, home run number 1 on the year. And the Pirates lead it 2-1.
Taking some awfully big swings. Let's see this again. I think this might have been that kind of down and in splitter.
3-2 pitch. He drove it out of here.
Ah, slider. He didn't throw hardly any sliders.
Good look as Elias Diaz takes a long look. Adam Frazier now. Riley runs out of room. Oh, great effort.
Yeah, he thought he had a little bit more room, it looked like.
I was talking about the fan.
Oh, the way Riley tried to run through the wall. Gosman might not throw any more sliders. He throws this year, looking at his pitch logs, only 2%.
Wow.
Are sliders. That might have been like
heck of a time to
first one he threw all day.
Right?
And it was a hanger.
Kicking himself for it.
Yeah, lost him the lead.
Adam Frazier grew up in Athens, Georgia. Braves fan. Elias Diaz, yeah. It's a career home run number 12 at first this season. Gregory Polanco got it going, the base hit and the stolen base. Yeah, your strength and conditioning coach gonna get an assist, right?
You're strong.
Yeah, yep. Frazier was on base a couple of times thanks to some free passes, but was officially 0 for 3. Strike 3 for the second out. Frazier, one of the toughest batters in the National League to fan.
That's a tough one for anyone to hit, though, when you chase that upstairs fastball. Especially when it's in a little bit, inside half of the plate. Tough to get the head of the bat to it.
Joe Musgrove has been taking some good swings, but he's only got one hit this season in 20 at bats.
Always seems to have a good at bat. Got a break on that call. Looked like might have nipped the corner, but 1-1 is the count. That's the one Joe should have hit right there. That down the middle pitch.
Drawn a couple of walks, a couple of sacrifice bunts, and one hit in 20 at bats. Make that 2 hits for Joe Musgrove.
They got another shot at a fastball down the middle. This one he didn't miss. Right there. You know, Gosman right now, Greg, he really doesn't seem to have much besides the fastball going for him. The splitter has been awfully low. It's, you know, in the dirt. Guys aren't swinging at it, chasing it. And the only slider I've seen him throw is in the seats.
And that fastball is laced into center field by Newman. To Bob's point, if these hitters know that, and they certainly do now, could be a short night for Gausman.
Fastball is a little bit above the belt. Newman able to kind of kept his hands in a little bit so he could get the head of the bat out there.
Newman has now hit safely in 13 of his last 14 games.
If you're not trying to stay inside the baseball with that swing, and you're trying to pull, that one there will really jam you.
Ryan Reynolds hit the ball hard last inning at the shortstop, stationed near second.
See if he throws some splitters now that he's got a lefty up there and head strike one. Reynolds needs to get those splitters elevated if he's going to get any. There's the first one.
Able to recognize it. Not going to be a strike. Lays off. "16 of the 22 walks Gausman has allowed this season have been against left-handed hitters." That's a big ratio. And maybe that kind of goes along too with that. That he's going to throw that splitter more against lefties.
Lefties. He can't control it.
Yeah. In terms of the left-handed hitters he sees tonight, it's Reynolds, Bell, Moran, Polanco, and Frazier. Of course, Bell and Reynolds are switch hitters.
And what he wants to do is get guys to chase that pitch downstairs. I mean, that's the whole purpose of it. Well, that was a splitter in the strike zone.
Hard hit into center field. Hit the fastball to score a run. Brian Reynolds' hitting streak is now at 13. Musgrove scores, and it's 3-1.
Look at Melky.
Loving it.
He is such a plus to have, whether he's in the lineup or not, especially for some of these young hitters. You can see him sometimes during batting practice out in the outfield, talking with Reynolds about different ballparks we're in and what to look for.
By the way, that 13-game hitting streak, the longest by a rookie in the big leagues this season. And he picks up his 18th RBI. Yeah, there you go. He wanted the sign. I want to do this.
Gotta go left, right.
Yeah. Kamara Barti, first base coach there. Looked like Freddie Freeman even got a kick out of it. I think he was looking at the bench.
Have we ever found out what that means?
Yeah, Robbie did. It's very detailed. We'll wait for Robbie to explain it. A lot went into it, let's put it that way.
Oh, all right.
Not as easy as explaining the old Zoltan sign. Marte now doubled in the first. And that's a hit. And it's 4-1. He's 2 for 2. This is 26th RBI. Newman scores.
This offense has been rolling. Can't blame them for anything. They are swinging the bats,
scoring plenty of runs.
Oh yeah, you look at the team numbers, and they are steadily team batting average moving up toward the top of the league.
They're not a bunch of home run hitters, but they score enough runs.
No, they get their hits.
Maybe with the exception of the guy at the plate, Josh Bell. 18 homers, tied for 5th in the league. His 53 RBIs, 2nd, and his .332 average coming in 4th best.
It's the engine that drives this offense forward.
.154 total bases, 2nd behind Cody Bellinger. That historic month of May behind him. Now, first week of June.
Ooh.
Wow.
That was off the plate by quite a bit. Bell asking him a little bit about that pitch.
Oh, look at the reaction of those guys behind the plate. 2-1. At 62 RBIs last year and already at 53. Toward left. That is going to get down, and that's going to score at least one. Marte going to be waved home. Here's the throw to the plate. Skips up there. And the out call. As McCann applies the tag on Marte, Bell gets the RBI to give the Pirates a 5-1 lead. It started with 1 out when Polanco singled. And then Elias Diaz with Polanco at 2nd at his first home run of the year. And the Pirates added on from there. Up 5-1.
I will be joining this live reaction show shortly.
For 5-1, Pirates lead it. 5-run bottom of the first. Brian Reynolds part of the action, extending his hitting streak to 13 straight games. Josh Bell give him his 54th RBI. Starling Marte with the 2 hits already in the ball game, and a ribby in the second. Was thrown out at the plate.
Good gamble. It took a nice play by McCann. That ball bounced. I thought once that ball was in the dirt, I thought, okay, he's got a shot to get in there now. Yeah. But McCann was able to handle it. Not an easy play with that big catcher's glove sometimes. Oh, Big Joe's got a little wiggle room now to work with. He's only thrown 24 pitches at this point. Number 25 there. He is in good shape right now to go deep. Be nice to see 6-7 innings out of him.
Gossman 2 career hits and 47 at bats. And good night to him. Second K for Musgrove. Josh Bell's RBI. Watch this pitch and watch the hit.
Got a splitter off the plate away by quite a bit.
That's good to see. After a couple days off, have him.
Watch
his
this
second
ball
at
bounce.
bat. Yep.
Hey, when that ball bounced, you know, if he's got to trap that against his chest protector or something like that, he can get a tag down. And you don't have much time to react when Marte's bearing down on you. He's going to get by you quickly.
Yeah, that's a veteran catcher too, knowing a little bit of as you said, a trap. Get it, and then secure it in the mitt, and then apply the tag, knowing he had just enough time to do that. A lot of younger catchers might panic.
But it looked like here's that. Yeah, there was no panic. Got the ball covered up in the glove. He didn't take that ball out of that glove too soon, did he?
Ooh, did he? Oh, nice little play there by Joe Musgrove. No surprise. Talk about not panicking. Getting the speedy Acuna.
No panic in Big Joe.
Here's a play at the plate again.
Now, obviously, he tags him with the glove, but right there at the end, I saw the ball. As he was tagging him, was the ball in his bare hand outside the glove?
Wouldn't that have been something?
Well, you couldn't see from that angle because you're blocked.
Imagine that. Imagine that replay.
Yeah. But the way it ended up made me wonder.
Yeah. And that's smashed past third. Into the corner. Swanson, who struck out on 7 pitches in the first inning, doubles now with 2 outs in the third. Again, you see, you were talking about there, Bob. You saw Diaz setting up outside.
Oh, yeah, he was setting outside, wanted a fastball away, and about half the diameter of the baseball caught that middle square. Swanson smacked it pretty good.
Freddie Freeman flied out to left on the first pitch he saw in the first inning. He collected his 300th career double last night in the 8th inning, and his next at bat in the 9th inning, he homered off rookie Davis.
Joe definitely got some of his better velocity on the fastball tonight.
Rookie Davis, as we mentioned last night on the telecast, will be starting on Friday in Milwaukee. One ball, 2 strikes.
A sharp breaker.
Good look there, the Allegheny Health Network Super Mo.
Oh, excellent pitch.
And a look towards second.
Doesn't matter, 2 outs, let him go. He caught it.
Yeah. Oh, Tim Timmons said hit the ground.
Fooled me. I saw him hold the ball up in the air. I thought he caught it. Oh, yep, there it is. I got it.
Another foul.
Well, Freeman, some nice off-speed pitches. Keeping the ball down. Don't let those balls get too far on the inside half of the plate down there. Freeman's got good power.
That was on display last night. The long foul preceding the home run.
Yeah, if you're going to go in, you got to get it upstairs. Maybe not quite that high.
But 29 years old, Freddie Freeman, out of Fountain Valley, California, drafted in the second round in 2007 by the Braves. Could have gotten the call, didn't. Now it's full. Wanting to get this one right. 3-2 with Josh Donaldson on deck.
Joe's got a lot of pitches. He can shake you off several times before he gets to something he likes.
Popped it up. And Moran will get there to make the catch. 5-1 Pirates. It's Charities Night on AT&T Sportsnet. Will benefit youth baseball and softball programs throughout our region. When you purchase a backpack, your donation will help fund the Fields for Kids initiative to restore fields in our area. Mark your calendar. July 2nd, Pirates Charities Night, AT&T Sportsnet. Grab your backpack and help kids play ball. Playing ball after a little over 2 hours in a delay before we started, and Colin Moran drives one deep to right center field and going to short hop the wall. And he's into second base with a double after striking out to begin last inning. He starts this inning by lacing a double into the gap.
Keep the pressure on him. Don't let up after last night. Let's see what can happen. Keep scoring some runs. Nothing gets a rally going better than that leadoff double.
Pirates already with 9 hits. It's more hits than they had against Gossman in his 2 starts combined against them last year. 8 doubles for Moran. Polanco singled in the second. Stole his first base of the year. Hits this hard to left field. Austin Riley back. And that's off the wall, and it kicks off his leg. So Polanco into second base with an RBI double. And the Pirates lead at 6-1. They are smoking the ball here.
Yeah, they are. And that a great carry on that line drive to left field. And there's that fastball again. He just keeps pumping it in there. This ball's got good backspin on it. That's why it was able to get over Riley's head. Riley's not afraid of that wall, is he?
No, he's not. Doesn't even act like it's there.
Yeah. Challenging it. Good for him. A little look over his shoulder, trying to figure out where he'll be throwing the ball once he picks it up.
Diaz takes ball 1 after the home run, his first of the year. That 12 straight games, by the way, Bob.
Still third.
8 hits in 12 straight games for the first time since August of 2007.
Ooh, that's so way back.
Joe Musgrove has pitched 3 innings, allowing the 1 run, and support for Joe was one of the tips to win. Getting a lot of that right now. 10 hits, 6 runs.
Offense and defense.
I was wondering about Diaz after hitting that home run, how patient he might be. Nothing really close. 3-0. And hard hit right at Swanson.
Yeah, maybe a little impatient, Greg. At a 3-0 count, you're swinging and didn't move the runner.
Not that it happens all the time, but you hear managers and hitting coaches say at times a home run can get a player out of his good swing. He starts thinking that way.
The situation there would have kept him in his good swing.
Yeah.
By thinking, okay, I got to hit this back through the middle or the other way, get Polanco to third base, even if I make it out. And obviously, if he would have done that with that fly ball, Polanco scores, they'd be up 7-1. But that keeps you in that good swing path.
This is the double by Polanco moments ago. Would have been a home run in 27 out of 30 ballparks. StatCast AI powered by AWS.
There are reasons why this is not a bad place to pitch. Left field is certainly one of those reasons. I can get away with a long one out there.
Coming your way on AT&T Sportsnet by the North Side Notch, as so named by Steve Blass when this ballpark opened. Big cut by Musgrove, who singled in the second and scored. Goes down, but the Pirates add on. Back-to-back leadoff doubles. Colin Moran, Gregory Polanco. Bucks up by 5.
PNC Park as we move to the 4th inning, or I should say the top of the 4th inning. 6-1 Pirates. Elias Diaz with his first home run of the season, doing some good here offensively, but also doing some good for his native land. The catcher partnering with Pirates Charities for his Shoes for Venezuela campaign. As you can see, some of these locations around PNC Park, bins that are collecting shoes, I should call them kiosks here at PNC Park. This is going to happen here at the park until June 19th. Fans who donate a pair of shoes here for the drive, some already doing so as you see with this Point Park tweet, will be eligible to meet the catcher in a meet and greet on June 20th at the Wexford New Balance store. So again, the catcher working with Pirates Charities, Shoes for Venezuela, a shoe drive for his native country. Really cool stuff. And if he's going to go deep at the same time with a 2-run home run, then we'll take that as well.
He's got his hitting shoes on, Dan.
Ah, there you see. You
Well
took
done.
my thunder again.
Oh, no. You laid that one in there for me.
Did I give you a
Yeah,
softie?
thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
As we practiced, it's Josh Donaldson. Good stuff from Elias Diaz to contribute to his home country. Donaldson doubled and scored in the second. Sounds like he fouled it off.
Yeah.
An appeal to Rob Drake.
Definitely sound like the little double tick.
What's up, Braves fans? Welcome,
Oh, yeah.
guys.
Foul ball.
Bone Crusher is reacting.
Tim Timmons did not hear it, but got help from his
Needs
colleague
those
at first.
parabolic ears.
Deep third. Strong throw.
You ever cup your hands behind your ears to listen to the cicadas?
Donaldson
Yeah, like you
is
need to
thrown
do
out.
that.
No, but it sounds like they're like right
I don't
next
need to
you.
do that. It sounds like it without.
Walking through the woods.
It's incredible.
You hear them up there, and then you just
They're
cup
deafening.
your ears. You're just like, oh, it's amazing the way it
You actually have to
amplifies
cup
it.
your ears to have them amplified?
Well, I have old ears, I guess.
Wow.
Well,
They are deafening.
I can hear
I don't
them,
want to
but
hear them any
when you
louder.
go like that,
My
it's
gosh.
just like it's incredible. It's like you just stepped into the woods.
Yeah.
How often is that?
No
Like
light or
17 years?
lots of
years,
like,
yeah.
Now they lose their wings after they fly around for a little while.
Don't know that.
6-1 Pirates.
17
Shit.
years, really?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
All right.
They come up out of the ground.
Zach's shaking his head,
Zach,
laughing.
what do they do, Zach? They come up out of the ground? Zach, what do they do? You went to college, didn't you?
He's trying to count with his fingers the number of years. He has trouble with those countdowns. Bounce to second. Markakis is retired. Here comes Austin Riley, who had the RBI single in the second. And tonight's Barrel Automotive League leader stat, the rookie batting leaders in the National League so far this season. See a couple of Pirates and Austin Riley on that chart. Brian Reynolds hitting .347, and Austin Riley and Kevin Newman.
All right, Riley, come on.
I've been told there's different generations of cicadas.
Riley hits
Oh,
that
everybody
up
knows
to
that,
the
Zach.
second baseman. He's going to throw him
7
out.
pitches. 1, 2, 3.
Hit hard.
Hear the cicadas?
Oh, there they are.
Well, rough start for the Braves here. 6-1 Pirates. We're going to the bottom of the fourth. Gosman, yeah, as A-Bomb said in the dugout, just really hasn't come through this year. You feel like he could turn the corner at any game. Well, we will open up the phone lines in a little bit. I understand that we may have gotten a call in the last show, and I didn't hear that call or see that call come in. So if you notice that, just hit us up in the dugout, and we'll reach out to you. Speaking of the dugout, I'm not even in the dugout. And it's weird with my cell phone. It's like I missed some of the live chats on my cell phone. And
It's time for the all-new redesigned Toyota RAV4 Inning. Toyota, let's go places.
Toyota, let's go to Walmart.
6-1 Pirates lead. Go to the bottom half of inning number 4. In the top of the Pirates batting order. So far, so good for Joe Musgrove. Very efficient work in the top of this inning.
60. Oh, no, that's Cosman. Never mind. Sorry. Looked at the wrong number.
One up, one down.
One pitch, one out in the bottom of the 4th. As Newman,
And did I read that
singled and
Charlie
scored in the second.
Culberson is out for the
Now
season?
1 for 3. How about the good rookie numbers for
Did Charlie get a torn ACL?
Reynolds?
You know, anytime I read something on those Facebook groups, it's like, well, I need to confirm anything I read.
Good friend Muggy Lump watching
'Cause
tonight
people-
in Youngstown, Ohio.
I mean, people said that we'd already had signed Kimbrel. A lot of gossip on those Facebook pages that, you know, sometimes you don't know what's true.
We're told from good buddy Kevin Gemiter, AT&T Sportsnet Pittsburgh, that got from some friends from the class of 76, 1976 Penn Hills High School here tonight.
Graduated the year they started wearing the pillbox hats. That's 76?
Yep.
Live looking for this play.
To right and toward the track for the second out.
You know, I was thinking
A handsome terrorist with the fly ball catch in right field.
2 mounds. People call them the hills all the time. Yeah, who's up on the hill today? This could be the Pin Hills right there.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. You're killing me, Smalls. Perfect timing. That Bob Walk pun.
No, I like that.
I like
Hills.
the Penn Hills. Yeah, I like that. Oh!
Ooh. Hit him.
Glance out toward Gossman.
Yeah, Gossman already got suspended once this year for that.
Does that make you wonder?
Yeah, makes you wonder. But I guess these guys are lucky they're not playing Cincinnati.
Allegheny Health Network Supermo. You see that ball was headed right toward his P on his uniform.
Able to get back out of there and just kind of got nicked on the uni.
Ronald Acuna was hit in the 4th inning last night. Brian Reynolds was hit in the 6th inning last night. Lock the door, Zach.
Yeah, what about Acuna getting hit last night?
Josh Bell had the RBI
Speaking
single
of
in the second.
gossip, some people are like, hey, you know, that was on purpose because Acuna stepped out of the box to adjust his jewelry after a big swing and a miss. And
an easy steal if he stays on the bag, and he does.
We got a stolen base here.
One thing Marte would love to do is score here.
Yeah, it's tough to steal McCann. He is still good, but let's see what happened here.
Had a earned run. Gossman's collection.
Ooh. Good throw, though, but
it's 19 steals in 20 attempts with McCann behind the plate this season, and Josh Bell hustling to first, but he will be retired for the final out. And through 4, 6-1 Pirates.
well, see if the Braves can get something cooking here. Get back in this. It is still early.
Boy, after a 16-0 shellacking the Marlins handed the Brewers last night, Rob, and the Marlins
waking up.
Yeah, one of the best records in baseball over the last few weeks. And of course, the big news is that the Cubs are reportedly in agreement with Craig Kimbrell, pending a physical on a long-term deal.
A lot of people thought that he would sign as soon as the draft was over.
Reportedly 3 years, $43 million. The Cubs look for a closer, and apparently they have found one in Craig Kimbrell. Cubs are leading 8-3 at Wrigley in the 7th over the Rockies. Brian McCann, 1 ball, 1 strike. Is that going to sneak through? No. And plenty of time as McCann, probably the slowest position player in baseball, so Colin Moran enough time to get him. And now time for T-Mobile's connection to the game. News and notes. Jimmy Nelson, Rob just told you, started tonight, first start since September of 17. Carlos Carrasco can be out indefinitely for the Indians on the injury list, and Josh Harrison is going to undergo left hamstring surgery, expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks. The Tigers. Jordy Mercer is also out. In fact, I think I saw that his rehab was discontinued. So the 2 former Pirates, sure, we're looking forward to coming to Pittsburgh. That continuation of the home and home series. Pirates have already played in Detroit.
Well, we know how important Jay Hayes' legs are to him.
Yep.
To have his hamstring hurt so bad that he needs surgery on it, then it's going to be a tough thing from him to get back to where he needs to be this season. You would think if he misses perhaps 2 months, that's going to be a tough one for him.
It's popped up.
So 2
another out.
Quick outs.
Top of the 5th.
And time for the Allegheny Health Network injury update. There's Trevor Williams throwing a side session earlier today at PNC Park, progressing well. Plan is he's going to throw a simulated game in Milwaukee this weekend.
And speaking of injuries, I read that Charlie Culberson is out for the season with a torn ACL. I have not been able to confirm that, though. It's unconfirmed.
Trevor back into that rotation.
And there's Newman ranging far to his left, and what a play by Newman!
That was pretty.
He gets Gossman ranging far to his left, the 360 spin, and
Out
1-2-3 for the 2nd consecutive inning for Joe Musgrove with some pretty D behind him. Pirates lead by 5 over Atlanta.
Man, that's tough. But, I remember watching the Braves in the 80s when we lost almost every game, it seemed like, and we could be down by 9 in the 9th, and I'm staying right there. I'm watching it. I'm like, hey, we can come back. So don't think that the Braves are out of this. And even if they were, we would never admit it. It's the real Braves fans that stay through games like this. Now let's check the news coming out of the Atlanta Braves. Don't see anything on Charlie. There is a comment, an article about the Pirates broadcasters, and they're having a hard. They don't like Acuna too much. Yeah, I was talking about that story where Acuna was adjusting his jewelry at the plate. And the pitcher, I guess he got a little fed up with the young star and perhaps intentionally hit him. And we're going to have some live look-ins tonight, courtesy of MLB.TV and Reddit. So my cat came home from the hospital and picked up a respiratory infection, a really bad cold, basically, from being in that freaking vet's office all weekend.
6-1
And now
Pirates.
the other cats caught it from him, so we got 2 sick kitties.
Check out the play Newman makes. Great range.
Newman.
That 360 spin where you got to find that target right away and you throw a strike at it. That's
This couldn't have been a better
impressive.
strike. Perfect.
Osman runs very well.
That's
for
the kind of play you
pitcher
practice a
and
million times
Pirates
when you're a little
pitcher Joe
kid.
Musgrove. Attaboy to Kevin Newman.
When I was a kid watching the Braves, when the Braves weren't batting, I would take
drag your throw up the
I would
line.
take actually a tennis ball and go to the side of the house, and I would throw that ball against the wall, then try to field it.
Colin Moran started the inning with that good play on Brian McCann. That overshift on the left side of the infield. Joe Musgrove.
Come back in the house and watch the Braves and at bat.
Good night for Joe.
Dale Murphy and Bob Horner.
Runs, he's making good use of it.
It's a 6-1 game. Let's get one of those live look-ins. Sponsored by TreasureHunt.ga.
A good night for some of the scholarship winners and families. 14 scholarship winners we spoke to earlier today.
It's
Comcast
Redbeard.
Leaders and Achievers. Being treated to a good one.
Riley boy. Mr. Dollar Tree is in the house. What up, Riley boy? Are you related
Moran.
to our rookie sensation, Austin Riley?
Hey, Greg, you know the warning track right there in front of the bullpen? Kind of looks like a dirt road.
Let's see, you're going to
See, I went to the Dollar Tree. When did I go? Was it yesterday?
The warning track, there's Penn Avenue.
I go like 5 times a week, I think.
Okay, I like it.
I go every
Throw
day.
that out
Yeah.
there. I'm trying to name something.
I see that.
I want to name something.
No kidding.
Yeah, I was low on funds, so I stopped there, got a can of pineapple slices to snack on.
Penn Avenue right in front there.
Yeah.
Of course, got some tissue paper for $1.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep
Some
throwing
cat
out there
treats
so
for
you
$1.
That you like, hey, that's not bad.
Well, I like this. To
Ruh-roh.
center field. Going back is Acuna. And clear the deck. Cannonball coming. Colin Moran. Don't you know? Maybe he likes Penn Hills. That's
Yeah,
home run
did not
number
need to see
7.
that.
And gives the Pirates their 7th run.
It's 7-1 Pirates after the solo home run by Redbeard.
Of course, we're not really in the earlier part. We would play the third of the season. But you start, thinking, okay, what pace?
Yeah, that's
are
right over
guys
the middle of
on?
the plate, too.
Now Moran, he didn't play a lot when the season started. Jung Ho was getting a lot of playing time down at third base, so his at bats aren't there like he's been playing in every game. But
I get all my medications. I get all my medicine at a Dollar Tree. I mean, where are they getting the fish oil you buy at a Dollar Tree? Where does that fish come from? Like some diseased, retarded fish? Like, it's like the chicken eggs you get at a Dollar Tree. It's like, how do you get a dozen eggs for $1? It's like, what kind of diseased, inbred, nasty chickens are these coming from? That's not, free range.
Another hit. Polanco is 3 for 3.
Cosmo's given up a dozen hits.
That is not free range. Those chickens are like put in the crampedest spot possible.
Like it.
Now that looked like just a changeup.
Now that one was outside, but he still got that one
Slider.
in for a base hit.
Leaves it up. Bell high. Back to the middle of the line.
Gregory Polanco, 3 hits.
We had a 2-hour rain delay, so this game's going to go on for a little while longer.
Had a last start, 8 earned runs. He's got an opportunity to match that again here.
Polanco takes off again.
Damn.
And he's out. Went off the bag.
They are brave stealing on McCann. Oh!
Oh, he's safe.
Is that an out?
Maybe going to challenge this.
Yeah, it didn't look like.
All right.
I thought
He's
the
off the base.
No, he snuck the hand back.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. He may have got his hand back in time.
He said, "Yeah, I came off the back, but he didn't touch me." There, you see,
Yeah.
just got it on his elbow, but that was after the
That's why he protested so quickly.
hand was back on the bag.
He and Ozzy Albies checking the scoreboard. Albies saying, "No, I got, you're right there in your hand."
Now he's not touching him. Now where did he touch him again? Still not. Still not. Still not. Now he just touched his elbow. That's
There is a review on this play.
evidence, I think.
You see,
I don't think it's going to get overturned.
call Chris Siegel on the headsets to New York.
A-bomb in the dugout. We can come back.
Stay right where you're at.
7-1, we can come back. A break right here would help.
Take another look. This one here might
All
have
right. He's off the bag, off the bag, off the bag.
nowhere near.
And the call is overturned.
Okay.
1 minute 38
I thought they'd
seconds.
called him safe initially. Yeah, he was safe. A little live look in A-bomb is courtesy of TreasureHunt.ga in coordination with MLB.tv.
Gregory Polanco's first 2 steals.
Let's see if I turn the flashlight on my phone, if that gives us enough
Legs feeling
TV
fresh after
light.
those 3 straight days off.
That's how you kill a battery.
Elias Diaz.
Gosman still in the game. Ouch!
Man,
That ump took that one right off that
how's
face.
that worse?
Dang.
Almost looked as though Timmons rather grabbed McCann. Maybe just to brace himself.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Watch the hop he takes.
Yeah, well, then watch he'll grab.
Boink.
Both up in the air, boom backwards,
Yeah.
and a hop. When I saw him hop like that, it reminded me of Brault's follow-through.
Yes.
I just wanted to tell Brian McCann he loves him real quick.
See if Diaz can have a better approach. Well, there he tried to hit the ball the other way. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, I think he got to where it was just like 3-0, and
Yeah, he got.
I'm going to hit a home run.
Yeah.
And he rolled over on it.
Well, it's not a
Ball
power
forward.
outage, A-bomb. It's just dark in here, and this one
move
light
anybody over.
is obviously it's way too bright.
But that was a long
It's like a
you know,
Wendy's
guys,
heat
when you
lamp.
hit a
I
home
feel
run,
like
you
a
want to hit
junior
another one.
bacon western cheese and some seasoned curly fries into this thing.
And towards center. Acuna.
And normally when I'm doing this on the desktop, it's enough light to
Don't miss
for the-
fireworks night,
for the
Friday,
show.
June 21st. Pirates will host the Padres at
Always
7:05.
something.
Buccos and Friars go head-to-head. Stick around. Post games and belly fireworks set to 80s music. All thanks to IBEW.
Ooh, fireworks set to
local
80s music.
Number 5. To get your tickets, go to pirates.com/fireworks.
You know, if you want to get me out on a Friday night, don't tell me we're going to go
So
see
Stranger
fireworks.
Things T-shirts.
I can't think of something more
Big night.
mundane. I've probably seen one fireworks show in the last 20 years that I was like, wow, that was pretty cool. You know, these shows that say they do fireworks synchronized to music, that's bullshit. You can't synchronize it. I mean, what do you mean?
He and Brian McCann grew up in the same hometown, Athens, Georgia. Adam Frazier.
Yeah, we worked at that Podunk radio station, Milledgeville, Georgia.
0 for 2 tonight.
Major Tom would be like, on Z97, our music is set to the fireworks at the Milledgeville fireworks display for 4th of July. Now, I can do a better Tom Patak than that, Major Tom.
State by the Pirates.
Now, John, we got fireworks synced to the radio.
Makes his home in Nashville.
You know, he'd be like, just tell people that, you know, it's bullshit. And that's part of the theater of the mind of radio. But next time you hear someone say synchronize the music, I mean,
Still 0-2.
you know, if they get it synced up just right, it's like when I start having like some great visual effects or something. That if it's not synced, do you notice that it's not synced?
Went to college in Baton Rouge at LSU, grew up in Denver, and then as a member of the
It
LSU
makes
pitching staff, he ended up going
zero
to the College World Series
difference.
a couple times. And apparently, his great-grandfather helped put up light standards at old Rosenblatt Stadium, and part of the deal was that he, in perpetuity, would get 8 season tickets behind the third base dugout.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a nice
But
trade.
yeah. As Polanco will
gonna go to
move
the
to
second
third base, second
baseman.
out. But I guess that leads me to the question.
Number 2.
I don't know if I've ever asked you, had you ever played at
Fifth.
Rosenblatt? I guess for
Yes.
Omaha Royals. The
Omaha Royals, yes. Would play there. Pitch there.
Oh, this heat lamps. Oh,
Don't
my
remember
God.
much about the game. They had a first baseman. I think by the last name was Phelps.
Not Mike Phelps, was it?
Something
The
Phelps.
Royals did?
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm thinking Mike Phelps, but
I believe
Well, I've noticed a Pittsburgh
Yeah,
guy has
here's a
his
weird-
own
weird
signature
thing I think I
call, I
remember
guess,
is,
on a home run. I guess he
he had a
calls
line
it a
drive,
cannonball
hard
or
line drive
something like that.
back through the middle, and
Cannonball.
maybe 3 or 4 balls hit back through the middle that I remembered. It was like scary.
huh.
And there was a zoo beyond right field.
Yeah, I remember that. The Omaha
Other than that,
Zoo.
those are my 2
Wow.
memories of the place.
It was a dark night.
Guess that was the Wild Kingdom.
Yeah. That's right.
You like
It
that
was.
one, eh?
Yeah, but it was, though. It's a good
Yeah.
call. They sponsored the Wild Kingdom.
Mutual of Omaha.
Yeah. I remember the
Mutual
press
of
box
Omaha with
having
Lauren Green.
windows
Yes, I
that wouldn't
remember
open.
that.
I guess they moved the College World Series years ago from old Rosenblatt. And there's a half swing pop up to the second baseman. Albies gets out there, and
Out
Musgrove
number 3.
is retired. However, Colin Moran began the inning, hitting his 7th home run of the season. The Redbeard
Moran
goes deep to center
That's Redbeard.
toward Penn Hills.
Cannonball. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of fireworks shows. You know, I don't really need to stay after the game to see fireworks. It's just one brilliant light display after another. No, but and the other thing, parades. Not a fan of the parade. You want to go to a Christmas parade? Really? Are there going to be porta potties? Yeah, awesome. I want to do that. Let me go stand around a bunch of unbathed people early in the morning and having to be in the parade is even worse. I mean, you're not going to be going to the bathroom anytime soon. You're locked into that parade. Yeah, I was driving in a parade in New Orleans. You know, that was brutal. Now I had to drive in a parade in Perry, Georgia, and I was sitting outside the company vehicle, and some guy, I guess he was a couple cars ahead of me in the parade. We were waiting for the parade to start, and he was in the Corvette club, so there's a bunch of Corvette drivers, and he came over to me and says, "Are you Middle Eastern?" And he took a look. "Are you Indian?" You know, he's like, you know, "What kind of foreigner are you?" I didn't say anything. He just said, "Okay, you're okay. Never mind." You know, I am more Native American than you are, dumbass. So it's, for a white guy to be marginalized and racially profiled. I mean, I am just your regular Anglo-Saxon. You can trace my roots back to when the Anglos met the Saxons. Though my cousin, and this is an interesting story, as we're about to get underway here in the top of the inning. Braves down 7-1 in the top of the sixth. So I got this like long lost cousin, right? He was, I guess, given up for adoption, and he was deaf. I don't know if his parents knew that he was deaf when they gave him up, or I don't even know why they gave him up for adoption. I don't think that's happened before in my family that I know of. Though my brother, when he was 15, he got his girlfriend pregnant, and yeah, Blade, my brother Steve, I guess I was in college when I found out that I had a half sister. Ooh, that almost hits Acuna. Or what? Or all right, sorry, half sister. I guess she's my niece. She's not even half niece. She's just my niece. Right, my brother's daughter. I found out I had a niece, half sister. Because he had, I guess he got the girl pregnant when he was 15, and then many years later he got divorced to his wife and started plowing that girl again that he had dated in high school, and she still, and she had raised the girl with another guy, and her and that guy broke up, and basically that guy was her dad. So I found out about her, and I went to go meet her. She was living in Warner Robins, and they didn't tell her not her, her dad, I guess, the guy had been taking care of her, who I really was, and I'm in his home. He doesn't know that I'm her uncle, so that was weird. Acuna strikes out. And she was like into some weird sex club with her boyfriend. That was strange. But knowing her dad, that kind of runs in the family. I mean, my brother would go to nudist camps, go those nudist beaches and stuff. And Steve's girlfriend, one of his girlfriends, like, "Oh, you should take your brother to the nude beach." And no, no. Could you imagine that? Yeah, the people at the nude beach are, not that I've ever been, but Mrs. Bone Crusher apparently knows. She says they're not the sexiest. How many nude beaches have you been to? Okay. Sure, sure. Someone told you a story.
A nice 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, that is off topic.
He can throw anything he wants now. Double up inside with the fastball. Go downstairs, see if he can get a chase for a strike three. They decided to go for the chase. Go for the chase. It's like fishing. You throw something out there.
See if
See
he'll
if you can
bite.
get a bite. Huh? He's gonna try it again. Make another cast. Fish arm
But then I
bite.
lost touch with her, and this was before Facebook, and I had an email address for her. It quit working. I've lost touch with Melanie.
Freeman on deck.
My
3-2,
long
you gotta
lost
put right on the
niece
fish's head
has
now.
been relost. I don't know. Maybe Steve knows where he is. She is.
Can't be fancy. Can't try to drift it down to him. Right on his head.
Back down.
So this
and
cousin, his
fouled
name
off
is
by
William.
Dansby
I still haven't
Swanson.
met him, but some of my family's met him. He's older than me, but he was born deaf, and I guess over the years he wondered who his, whose real family is, and all those kinds of questions you can imagine he would have, and he just did a lot of research, and he actually there was newspapers that picked up his story.
There we go.
It became a reoccurring
It's 9 straight.
news
Retired
segment
by Musgrove.
on a TV station down in Tampa where he lived. He knew someone there at the TV station, so he's got these video cassettes he wants me to digitize of these
Tomorrow, the finale of this
stories,
homestand. Chris Richard,
searching
Cubs
for
start
this
last
guy
night.
trying to find his
To build on
his
that,
real family.
Coltonevich. Coverage
And
starts
then
at
DNA
noon.
came out,
Pirates
and
Braves.
I guess it was like one of those services like
The rubber match of the
23andMe or
series as the Pirates look to even the score tonight.
these places you can send your DNA, your spit to or whatever, and they'll do a DNA analysis, and boom, 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 he finally tracked down his family that way, and Freddie Freeman is in the box. Takes that strike. But I might be meeting him soon. I don't know how I'm
Atlanta.
supposed to communicate with the deaf guy. but-
Half game back of the Phillies as we started play today, but the Phillies were 7-5 winners over the Padres in San Diego. The Braves could fall a game and a half back, while the Pirates started the day 5 back of the Cubs and Brewers in the Central. St. Louis 3 back. Andrew McCutchen, boy oh boy, what a blow that was to him and the Phillies. Out for the year with a knee injury, and really it just people in Philadelphia wondering about Gene Segura. He's got to feel horrible about not running that ball out, and a strike three.
Freeman
He strikes out the side in
the
order.
top of the six.
He has set down 10 in a row. Big Joe on a big Wednesday. 7-1 Pirates.
Yeah, A-Bomb, I did see your video you posted on Facebook showing that fireworks show right outside your apartment complex. I mean, maybe Maybe if there was a fireworks display right outside my door, I'd look out the window. Now, give me a couple of those Roman candles. Have a little Roman candle battle. Now that would be fun. That's a good time with fireworks. Maybe mix in some of those decriminalized psychedelic mushrooms in Colorado. You might have some fun. I don't know if it's as much fun as doing shrooms while you mow the yard, but yeah, that happened one time in college.
Tomlin's numbers.
1, 2, 3, ninth inning for him last night.
Strike thrower. He will not beat himself with the base on balls.
I need to get a step ladder and see if I can change the light bulb on that ceiling fan. I need some sort of indoor ladder to try to change that bulb.
7 runs, a dozen hits for the Pirates, 1 run, 3 hits for the Atlanta Braves. Stab by Tomlin.
There's an out.
Newman, 1 for 4. And Brian Reynolds, 1 for 3, extended his hit streak to 13 straight games at the RBI single in the 2nd inning.
Get another hit tonight. Get a couple of knocks. Just kind of for personal reasons. Keep that batting average elevated. Yeah, rookie of the year stuff. Be kind of fun to see him continue this pace for a few months.
Tomlin, long-time Cleveland Indian. Signed a minor league deal toward the end of spring training. Come to Atlanta. For Reynolds now 18.
Okay. Tomlin's pitching for the Braves now. That one is in the dirt. Count is 1-2. Marte is on deck for the Pirates. A little extra lighting for my cell phone light. Uh-oh, Freddie Freeman was not able to handle that. So that might be an error on Freeman. Oh yeah, that's gonna be an error right off his leg. He should have. Too bad there. At least it wasn't a crucial moment. I mean, it was hard hit, but kind of took a funny hop. So runner on first with 1 out for the Pirates in the bottom of the 6th. Throw to first, not in time. Starling Marte at bat. Another throw over to first. How about a double play here? You know, couple of runs, a good 7th inning for the Braves. We'll be right back in this. Yeah, when I was up there, she was standing underneath the chair, a little fold-out chair. She might be hiding. I think she's still upstairs. 0-2 count here on Marte. Another throw to first. Reynolds back safely. Yeah, the Pirates have stealing some bases on us tonight. That's going to be hit to right field for a base hit. Runner's in a stop at second. So first and second. 1 out for the Pirates. The real Braves fans are going to stick with us through this. And there is a strike to Bell. 0-1. Bell has a .332 average on the season. The 1-1 pitch coming up. Tomlin takes the sign from McCann. Rocks and fires. That was kind of over the plate. He got a break there. McCann wanted it outside, but Tomlin threw it right over the heart of the plate. And Bell just fouled it off. 1-2 is the count. The 1-2. Bell fouls that back. Moderator on duty tonight, A-Bomb, encouraging the like and subscribe. You know, we promote the like and subscribe, but there is a button, A-Bomb, that we have not been promoting. You know, I think we're doing ourselves a disservice. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share. If you got some Braves fans that maybe they don't live in somewhere, or they don't live somewhere where they can get the game, or you know somebody that would be down with the second screen action, share away. Hit the share button. And there's also a playlist button. Put that in your playlist. And if you miss a game, that's the beauty. Another great thing about the live stream is you can go watch the game in the morning when you get up or when you have time to watch it. But it's more and more difficult to avoid getting a score. When back in the day, you would tape the game on your VCR, and you'd be like, "All right, don't answer the phone," or when you answer the phone, you'd say, "Don't tell me what happened in the game." You would just turn off the radio and the TV, and it was a lot easier to watch your tape without any spoilers. But these days, it is much more difficult, and I would say some people feel entitled, like all these Game of Thrones people. And by the way, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, I'm sorry that your dragon show ended stupidly. And there is a slow roller to second, turns one, and on to Freeman for two. Double play. That's out number 3. The Pirates have 7 runs on 13 hits. The Braves 1 run on 3 hits. Going to the top of the 8th. The Braves trailing by 6 are coming up to bat next. I forgot what I was ranting about. Yeah, I don't know who's coming up to bat for the Braves. I think that was that Bell that hit into the double play? I know how to find out what the hell I was just talking about. I'll go back and listen. Yeah, so thank you, A-Bomb. I'm gonna tell you, short-term memory loss is a thing. Um, I would say the millennials probably are the most guilty of this. They feel like that they should not have to protect themselves against spoilers, that they should be able to go on the internet, do everything they normally do, and no one should spoil the ending of the show. You're not. I'm sorry, your stupid dragon show was a disappointment. I mean, I'm sorry your dragon show ended stupidly. Yeah, at least that's over. Listen, if you're gonna get on Facebook and read the half dozen Game of Thrones Facebook group pages that you subscribe to, don't expect them not to talk about what happened. Fucking millennials. Now, there are some things I like about millennials. Millennials wear shorts to work. I'm all about some shorts at work. Millennials will take naps. And there is a ball to get us started in the top of the 7th. Did I say the 8th earlier? Top of the 7th now. Braves down 7-1. 2-0 count. Nobody out, nobody on. Two and one on that foul. Millennials also take off work for their birthday. I know that's not like unheard of, even for Gen Xers, but I would say that millennials by far take off their birthday, a lot more than Gen Xers. And I guess there's still some baby boomers in the workforce. They don't take off ever. Okay? I mean, our parents' generation, I don't know. My dad was born in the 30s. I wouldn't say he was not a baby boomer. I mean, what would that generation think about millennials taking off work for their birthday? It, as a Gen Xer in the workforce, I feel like I'm sort of the liaison, the cultural attache between these baby boomers and these millennials, kind of bridge the gap and let them know that no, that just because this guy's sleeping at work doesn't mean he's a bad employee. He's taking a 15-minute power nap. He's going to get up and go back to work just as hard as he was. Just because he's microdosing on LSD, that is not a problem. The baby boomers, they don't, they see that as an issue. I mean, I cannot get comfortable enough to take a nap at work, even if I had a job where I had to take like an hour and a half, 2 hour break, mandatory 2 hour break. I could have slept if I wanted to. Markakis pulls that foul. There's one away here in the top of the 7th. That is funny about the dragon show ending stupidly. Well, you're watching a show about dragons. I had HBO for 1 month. I lived in a hotel, and they only showed the one episode about 30 times. And I was like, oh, there's a lot of dragons in here. That's one of the dragons got hurt. It was really dramatic. Yeah, but why is the White Knight immune to dragon fire? Other important questions will be answered next Tuesday at the Airport Hilton for Bimon Sci-Fi Con. It's the bi-monthly science fiction convention. Do you like the Doobie Brothers? Well, we got one of them at the Airport Marriott. Markakis still at bat here. 2 outs now, top of the 7th. Braves down by half dozen. Check it. Austin Riley's now at bat. 1-0 is the count to Riley now. All eyes on Austin Riley. Musgrove kicks and fires down low. 2-0. To the most exciting rookie in baseball right now. 329, 9 home runs, 26 RBIs. He takes that one outside. Good eye on the slider. 3-0. All these pitches have been just under the strike zone. I don't know if they're trying to pick up on some tendencies by Riley. Will he have the green light at 3-0? Right down the gullet for a strike. 3-1. The pitch. Riley pops that one up. Well, it's going to stay in play. The catcher's able to get that about 6 feet from the dugout for out number 3 in the top of the 7th. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. Moran, the Redbeard, Polanco batting next. And tonight's play-by-play reaction sponsored by treasurehunt.ga. What else about baby boomer or about millennials? I worked with this millennial. I mean, he's like a craft beer guy, wears plaid, has a beard. You think he's a real dude, and then he's like Kanye West is a genius. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, have you heard the new Beyonce album? Like, dude, no, I haven't. Millennials hug. Yeah, like this, I mean, this dude gave another guy at work a record, and it ended with a hug. It was like a birthday present. I'm like, huh. Men hugging other men at work? Much less anywhere. And my generation, I mean, my biggest fear is touching elbows with another man. I, we're coming back here. Ooh, it's getting late, isn't it? It's 10:20 Central, 11:20 on the East Coast. Tomlin still pitching for the Braves. That's going to be pulled to Ozzie. Flings it to Freeman out number 1. But how does the White Knight immune to Dragon Fire? I will pay $10,000 for a picture of Rosie O'Donnell's bowel movement. God bless Howard Stern. I think I'm going to do like a new live stream show where I just do like prank phone calls. That's going to be pulled. Also to Ozzie. And another repeat for out number 2. So Monday I am supposed to go. Damn. I haven't even taken any Ambien yet. Or Monday or Tuesday I'm going to go talk to the owner of 104.3 ESPN radio. Talked to him last. I went up there and talked to him for nearly a couple hours. It turns out I knew the guy. We were chatting, and I said I made some reference to Macon, Georgia, and he started going on about how he lived there, or he worked in Fort Valley for 8 months, and he was just. And then he started doing an impression of the radio station program director from Fort Valley, and it was that hillbilly voice of Nathan Hale, the long time. That's a fly out. Riley has that for 1 out, or for the 3rd out to end the 7th. So anyway, I go, oh, it's Starman. When I first met this guy, I was like, who names himself Starman on the radio? He's like, oh, it's not what you think. I thought he was kind of a pompous idiot, but he ended up working for MCA Records during the 90s, and he was a record rep for, I guess, the alternative music scene. He made a bunch of money doing that, and then he did television sales, made a bunch of money doing that, and then he opened up his own ad agency, made a bunch of money doing that, and fucking Starman now fucking owns his own radio station. But he's like a real overly compulsive guy. You can tell that he's going to be kind of difficult to work for. He's going to be very particular. I mean, hey, when you're a small business owner, that kind of personality is really very important. You have to have a lot of attention to detail. Your hands got to be to everything. You can't be compartmentalized. You got to be able to run every facet of your business. But man, working directly with an owner, that can be tough, because they are extremely more motivated than you are. I mean, maybe there's some profit sharing going on or something. So, and I don't think he, the idea of giving me my own sports show is not really what his focus is. He just needs someone there doing the grunt work, doing production and imaging and board opping. Fucking Starman. All right, we're coming back here to Pittsburgh. Top of the 8th. All right. Hey, Bone Crusher. I've already forgotten how to pronounce your name. Tejas? Anyway, I apologize about that. And how do I put this? Like, if I'm calling tech support and I get often I will get somebody with a very thick foreign accent. Maybe it's a Filipino, maybe it's Indian, and I do my best to understand what they're saying, and it really isn't that hard. I think a lot of Americans aren't trained to use their ears very well. They don't know how to listen to someone with an accent, which is very lazy. It's not that difficult. But the worst is no matter what language or accent they have, and it's a jammed up call center when there's 1,000 people in this one room, and it's all you hear is the background noise. That's when it's difficult to understand anybody. Ozzy Albies in the box. So anyway, that's my long story for saying I apologize for mispronouncing your name. There's one out. Top of the 8th. And the 3-0 pitch to Ozzy. There's a strike. We'd like to welcome our new subscriber. Welcome to the family Hercules Torres. Hercules Torres. That's a great name. The Hercules. And whenever we get a subscriber, you'll see that number on your screen tick up. So it's about to tick up any second now. As soon as it reads the API protocol, you'll see that tick up. No, I have to do that manually. So we're up to 57 subscribers. Let's try to hit 60 tonight. How long has that been on? How long have I been talking over myself, hey, Mom? Braves should be sweeping some of those teams right now if it wasn't for some of these other starters. I would say they could be sweeping more teams, but we're not going to. It's hard to ask for a bullpen or for a starting staff of all aces I'd say we've got 3 good starters, really good starters. Yeah, I need to check what the standings are. There is a mound meeting, so while that's going on, we're going to see what's going on with the Phillies and the standings. And are the Phillies still at the Padres? All right, coming into tonight's game, the Phillies have a 1-game lead. They're 35-27. We're 33-27. So, and Cubs are first in the Central. Let's see. It's too early to even look at wild card shit. I'm not even gonna do that. Anyway, we're a game behind the Phillies. But I guess it was Mexican Gopher Lufkin, or someone pointed out that we have a series coming up with the Marlins, and the Phillies have a much more difficult team. So we'll have a good opportunity to gain a little ground there. Well, shit. And that's a double play on the Braves to end the top of the 8th. Well, running out of time. We are going to need a big top of the 9th. It's going to have to be pretty fat. But that's the thing. We have the ability to have starters that are all aces, but the upper management doesn't want to pay for anyone. They have a budget too tough, but I get where you're coming from. Yeah, there's been some, a lot of people griping that the Braves office won't spend the money. I don't look at the salaries probably as much as I should. When you think about like Donaldson, who's making $20 million, he's probably this, behind Freeman. I guess he's got the second biggest paycheck on the team. Whenever I look, it's kind of weird when you look at the salaries of teams. You're going to see 1, maybe 2 huge salaries. Then there'll be a few veterans or a few decent players that are getting, maybe $1 million or 2 or 3 or 4. And of course, there's a couple of guys getting the 20. Then everyone else is just, making 6 figures. The majority of the team. So maybe some of the salaries are too high. And of course, with the Braves right now, they're getting a lot of the management's getting some, the owners getting some flack for not spending the money. A lot of people we should have gotten a good closer. I think in the long run we're going to be okay. These young kids are going to kind of sort themselves out. But everybody, you want to win now. You want to go to the playoffs now. You don't want to wait. You have a pretty good team. Let's get a little help, make it a little better, make a run for it. I don't know how late free agency is. Is there? I guess as the season goes on, at some point it's gonna be harder to pick up players. Um, you know, I'll go ahead and say it. I haven't given them a hard time. I'm gonna have to start to agree with a lot of the fans that now we're getting close to the All-Star break and they have not gone out and gotten the personnel that maybe in years past the owners would have done. You know, we need an owner like Ted Turner again, not a bank. Aren't we owned by a bank? Isn't, you know, what do you expect? It's a bank. Oh, there's some light. Blevins is pitching for the Braves here in the bottom of the 8th. Nobody out and nobody on. The 2-1 pitch. That's going to be popped up. Can Donaldson get under it? He's got room. He's got it. Out number 1. And joining some of these Facebook groups, these Braves Facebook groups, and I understand A-Bomb had to leave one because they were like deleting his posts. Yeah, you know, whenever you come across like these administrators for these groups that kind of blow up, they have like this attitude. But yeah, there's a lot of people just bitch and complain about that. You know, the Braves overperformed last season, and I think this season we're we're doing as good as we could have expected. Really, I mean, I don't think we could have expected to be doing any better than we are. So I think we're overperforming again. So it's hard to be upset about that. I mean, we feel like we're maybe one ace away and one bullpen ace away. And one thing we've been lucky with is we have not had a huge injury bug this year so far. There's been a couple guys, but I think we just keep everyone healthy and develop our players. I mean, I guess that's about the only choice we have. As the season goes on, these kids are just going to get better and better. There's a base hit for the Pirates. Acuna cuts that off, and Musgrove 2 for 4 on the night with a single there. Are you kidding me? Is their pitcher 2 for 4? I mean, that was an outside pitch, and he pulled it just a little bit. It was not like wasn't a great, you don't pull an outside pitch and get a base hit usually. Musgrove did. And thanks again to Hercules for the subscribe. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Sharing is caring. And this heat lamp killing me. We're in the bottom of the 8th here. The Braves are down by 6. Kevin Newman batting for the Pirates. He's batting .314 with 1 home run. The 1-1. Strike right down the pipe. Count is 1-2. The 1-2. From Blevins. Check swing. Strikeout. He could not check his swing there. Now, if I get Starman to, green light even like a 2-hour weekly show for the Bone Crusher, I think I'll be a lot more interested. or he needs to cut a good check, because I'm not getting paid shit right now. One of those two things needs to happen for me to take this job. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Pirates have run on first. Marte on deck. Swing and a miss. Could not handle the changeup. 0-2 is the count. Yeah, who is left for the Braves to sign? Oh yeah, the office. I guess you're right. We saved 15 million on Ozzy because he took 35 million. Yeah, that might turn out to be a couple of smart deals for the Braves, signing him and Acuna to those contracts. Signing them so young, they're able to save some money. But if those guys have Francoeur syndrome, then that deal isn't quite the steal that's looking like now. But hopefully these guys will be really good for years to come, and it will be a great deal. And the Braves can use that money to beef up the team other places, but maybe they won't. Maybe they're just going to bank it, Liberty Media. Okay. It's not a bank. We're doing good. There's no doubt about that, but when we're getting beat 14-4 by the Nats, there's a serious problem. If we had better bullpen depth, we could definitely be taking most of these series. Yeah, can't argue that. If we had a better bullpen, we would definitely be taking more games, more series. Even if we don't go sign anybody for the bullpen, I think our bullpen problems will, over time, sort themselves out. We have so many talented young pitchers still developing. Last year those guys got so much experience. Many of them weren't ready for the majors, and all that experience is paying off now. So, throw these guys in there. They're going to get burned up sometimes, these young kids. But come the end of the season, when it really, really matters, and they've got that experience, well, that's maybe I'm just trying to be too positive about it, but when we watched the Braves play in the 80s, you rooted for the players no matter how bad the team was doing. With free agency, you find yourself rooting for jerseys less than the players sometimes, because your player, your guy is going to get traded eventually. That's hurt ticket sales. You eroded the fan base a little bit. So far, Musgrove, 8 innings, 3 hits. Yeah, I have not really talked about him, but obviously he's having a great game. Let's see if they're going to leave him in here to try to finish it out. I'm guessing they're going to bring in the close. No, Musgrove staying in. He's looking for the complete game. Well, let's wreck that. All right, we're going to start at the top of the lineup with Acuna batting first. He's 0 for 3 on the night. 277 on the season with 11 home runs. And the 0-1 pitch upstairs. So I think you'll find the older Braves fans to be a lot more patient, while the younger fans are like, now, now, now. We want to win now. There is a shot deep center field, and that is gone into the Pirates' sky. Solo job, Acuna. And just like that, it's 7-2 Pirates. Home run number 12 on the season for Acuna. And that was a breaking ball, curve ball that did not drop far enough. And that is just over the 1-800-PROTECT sign. All right, Dansby Swanson fouls that off. And Acuna is pretty legit. You never know how things are going to go in a career, but there's a good chance he'll be very productive for a long time. And there is a drive from Dansby Swanson. And who is your favorite actor when the Braves are playing Kevin back-to-back Bacon? Home run, Dansby. Ding dong, Dansby. Producer Beth is like, why are you yelling and getting it? Shut up, you're losing. I think there's going to be a pitching change. Oh, that was his first home run since May 20th. All right. Mexican for Golovkin, always with the killer stats. That's why he's number 2 in the dugout rankings. It'll be hard to dethrone Gibby, but Sarge isn't. He made an appearance earlier, but I think the rain delay got to a lot of people tonight. All right. Well, it's not over yet. Nobody's out. 2 solo home runs for the Braves. We're just one grand slam away from tying this up. Musgrove was going for the complete game, and he has just been knocked out. So they're going to go to the pen. Vasquez. All right, Vasquez is the new pitcher for the Pirates. Freddie Freeman is going to be batting now. Count is 1-0 to Freddie. Nobody out, nobody on. Top of the ninth, down by 4. That is low. Ball 2 to Freddie Freeman. This game is not over, folks. And wouldn't this be a fantastic comeback? The 2-0 to Freddie. Upstairs, chin music. Yeah, this is a lefty-lefty situation. And, you know, the way Freddie likes to crowd the plate, the way this guy likes to go inside. The 3-0 right down the pipe. 3-1, 99 on the gun. This is their closer. So a 3-1 pitch coming up to Freddie Freeman. Let's see what he can do with it. Ball 4. 1 on, nobody out. If you're just joining us, back-to-back home runs in the top of the ninth for the Braves. Acuna and Dansby went deep. There was some Kevin Bacon back-to-back. Back-to-back Kevin Bacon. And now, then they had a pitching change, and Freeman has just walked. So there's 1 on, nobody out, top of the ninth. Braves down by 4. This game is not over. Right, Vasquez with a strike to Donaldson. Donaldson checks his swing. 1-1 to the Mullet Man. You know, Donaldson's, I guess he's growing a beard or something, but it's going to be like a Keanu Reeves beard. And I'm like, if you can't grow it, don't even, you know, don't even try. 1-1 upstairs, 2-1. He looks like he could be in that band. What's that band that sings that song, Two Princes? They had that one-hit song. It was good for about 2 weeks, and I never want to hear it again. The 2-1 pitch to Donaldson. That caught the plate, 2-2. Vasquez rocks and fires. That's fouled off, 2-2. Vasquez takes the sign. Donaldson digs in the pitch and fouled back, still 2-2. Let's drag this out. Let's claw back into this. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Change up, got him. Fuck me. All right, 1 away. Freeman sitting on first. You know, if you saw Donaldson on the street, you would not be like, oh, this guy has a $20 million paycheck. You'd be like, this guy works at Hardee's. All right, here comes Nick, the handsome terrorist Markakis, to bat. Another lefty-lefty situation. Markakis goes the other way. That's going to fall in for a base hit. It goes all the way to the wall. Freeman rounds third. Freeman's going to score. 7-4. Braves cut it to 3 on the Markakis double. Craft beer beard guy comes through. And that was over the middle of the plate. All right, you know, if you're a real Braves fan, you're sticking through this to the end. Because when they do make a big comeback, it makes it that much more worthwhile, that much more fun. There is a strike. 1 out now. 0-1 count to Austin Riley. He's got an RBI on the night. And Austin's going to pull that one right to the third baseman. Redbeard snags that for out number 2. It was a line drive, but right at Redbeard. Moran. Redbeard Moran. Braves down to their last out. Too bad Riley could not come through there. Too bad, too bad. All right. Johan Camargo is going to be batting here. He's a righty. Camargo takes a changeup for a strike. It's hard to hit that 82-mile-an-hour changeup when you're waiting for a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. 0-1 to Johan Camargo. And Johan pulls that foul. 0-2. Braves down to the last strike. Come on. Come on. Let's get it. Just get a single here. Let's keep this going. Let's rally. Come on, Johan. The catcher calls for time. All right, we're about to get the 0-2 pitch. Vasquez takes a sign, kicks and fires, swing and a miss on the pitch in the dirt. Game over. Sometimes you wish Johan wasn't such a free swinger. But Braves tried to rally with 3 in the 9th. Just wasn't enough. Too big of a mountain to climb. The Pirates had 14 hits on the night, 2 of them from their pitcher. 7 runs. Man. It was a disappointing start from Gosman. You're right about that. You know, I'm not an expert. I can't look at a pitcher. I mean, we see the result, but I can't, you know, I can't say if this kid's going to be a good pitcher someday, or if this is as good as he is, this is what he is, or if, you know, if he'll ever be the more than the sum of his parts. Will he transcend to be a great pitcher for the Braves? But a disappointing start for Gosman. So tomorrow is an early game. All right, they're going to interview Musgrove. And usually when you do it like an after-game interview, it's just you, the guy, and the camera, and no one else can really hear what's going on. But at Pirate Stadium there, they put that over the PA system so everybody can hear that. And it just doesn't sound so good because it's always on the verge of major reverberation. So tomorrow, 11:35 Eastern start and AM start. That's going to really, or check that. That's going to be 11:35 Central, 12:35 Eastern start. Maybe when I come home on my lunch break, I can put some of it on the stream. All right. And then we're going to be in Miami for a series. That series starts on Friday, a 6:10 start time. A-Bomb will have that one. Now Saturday, I mean, I like doing Saturday night games, but it's harder for me to catch the earlier games on Saturday, and I think that's what we have. It's like a 3:10. Let's check it. Here's the schedule. So 11:35 a.m. Central tomorrow, 6:10 Central Friday, 3:10 Central Saturday. If I don't get here in time for that, I'll have the at least the last half. Then Sunday's another very early game. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Too bad things didn't work out after that 2-hour delay. Who is starting tomorrow? If Gosman started tonight, is it Foltzy that starts tomorrow? Yeah, I don't have the official starter in front of me. I apologize, but that's my guess. Probably Foltzy. All right, I'm going to go take a handful of Ambien and go drive around the neighborhood. All right, guys, we will see you on the flip side. Thank you, Tejas, Mexican for Golovkin, our moderator A-Bomb, Sergeant Gibby was here, Riley from the Dollar Tree was here. Who else stopped by? I forget. I don't have that on the screen anymore. We had a new subscriber, Hercules, so thank you one and all. Peace out. Good night.